Hello and welcome to PS Best Friends episode 54 for the week of May 29th, 2018. As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week, we give you your monthly NPD roundup. We're going to talk some Battlefield 5, of course. And especially, of course, we're going to talk about SIE CEO John Kodera's remarks regarding the PS4's life cycle. We got a lot to talk about for that. So, excited to get into it. As always, I'm your host, Anthony Palm. Of course, we couldn't bring you all the weekly goods without Chicago's prodigal son, Miguel Alvarez.
It's hot. It's hot. I'm burning. It's hot.
It is like the air is just wet in Connecticut, and I hate it.
Oh, it's humid over there then.
I hate it. It's like it's hot-ish. It's not like crazy hot, but it's just fucking wet, and I hate it.
I'm turning this into the Weather Channel.
We always talk about the weather. We always talk about the weather. And that other voice you hear is the Brooklyn bad boy himself, Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up?
So yeah, let's get into it. Real quick, let's run through what we've been playing. Jeff, you've been playing a game that just came out this past Friday.
Yeah, I was playing a bunch of Black Ops 2 last night. Great game, no fucking.
It just came out. Nice.
So yeah, shout out to all the games I have been playing. Black Ops 2 a little bit, some zombies because of the reveal. Me and my brothers also bought Marvel Ultimate Alliance, which if you're looking for a fun couch co-op game, this is the port of the PS3, PS2 game on PS4 they did a couple years back. If you're trying to play some Marvel games and just want like a couch co-op game with buddies or family.
Isn't that free?
No, it's
no, you're thinking Marvel Heroes, which closed down.
Okay.
This is back when the Marvel games were actually games and not just free to play shit on the App Store. So if you're looking for a fun, cheap game like that, it's not the greatest game, of course. Like there's a bunch of glitches and stuff, but you know, it's good old fun with a good group. But then besides that, I got Detroit Become Human, and I'm about 7 hours, maybe 6 hours into the game. You know, it's one of those like God of War that don't tell you the exact hours you put into it.
I guess I could check how long to beat while you talk about it.
It's around 10 hours, so I already did my research on it.
Though I believe, of course, that is one playthrough.
Yeah, it's one playthrough.
Main story plus extras says 19 hours. Main story says about 10 to 11 hours. Okay. Rushed, you can do it in 9.
But yeah, no. So it's because Billy, my brother's also playing it, and we pretty much like are playing at the same rate, but of course making way different choices. So like we keep comparing notes essentially, and there are like whole missions, whole things I am like missing out on because I'm doing the different choices.
That's what he does.
Yeah, no, that's
the games.
Yeah, no,
which is great.
It's really cool. So so far in the story, I'm really enjoying it. I'm a funny thing. I keep fucking up as the detective Connor. So there's been like 3.
Fucking up in what way?
There's been 3 investigations, and I keep not finding the guy, like failing the mission, like failing the case.
The objective or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And the first time I failed it, it was literally like the first investigation you do, and like where you kind of like it's like tutorial ish.
Yeah, that's the one that we all saw, right? And like in that moment.
No, that one I passed. That one was easy, but the first one after that, not the demo.
So the main 3 ones then.
The first main 3, and the first time 3% of the people, because it tells you at the end world's percentage, and 3% of the people went down the route I did. So you know, maybe that is the better route. But the game has been adapting for the most part to that. It's of course not like perfect. So like I just fucked up an investigation with my buddy cop, and then the next day he's kind of like generally pissed off at me, but doesn't specifically say. Like, you think he'd be like, you fucked up the mission last night, the investigation, like, what are you doing?
He's just in a pissy Anakin Skywalker mood?
Yeah, which I guess, of course, I feel like he would be also if I did poorly during the investigation, but still like, he didn't fully address my action. But, everything else really, though, the decisions you make, I think, impact it way more than Beyond did, way more than so far than Until Dawn did. I think they really did a good job with branching paths, and you could see the flowchart all the time, and like looking at like the blanked out spots that I've missed in the flowchart is really cool, and definitely has me wanting to go back and reconsider early decisions.
So the comparisons to Until Dawn I find a little interesting, because Until Dawn, I feel like they shouldn't really be compared, because Until Dawn, it's like there is a very distinct beginning and end, you know. Whereas Detroit, I mean, I don't know what the ending is. I don't even really know what the premise is, other than just androids trying to, you know, start a revolution, I guess. But
it's pretty much just, for people who don't know, it's androids. It's not a spoiler. It's androids kind of dealing with having consciousness and having, you know, like oh, I feel this, like they're so human like, but we're using them as just hold my bag, or like, you know, like slaves essentially. Like
they're evolving and feeling stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But so what I'm really trying to say is, like, Until Dawn, it's more of just kind of like a slasher thriller, kind of like stereotypical 80s horror movie kind of vibe. So I feel like there doesn't need to be as much variety in it, you know, like this person could die instead of that person. But I feel like Detroit, there's actual consequences for like a larger world in that game, whereas Until Dawn's a very kind of, I mean, like, focused, isolated story, you know.
No, I definitely feel that. I could agree with that in a sense, where like Until Dawn would be, I guess, like easier to intertwine all these things, because it is an isolated story, and it's really just either these guys are alive, or like, you know, like, or they aren't. Whereas Detroit definitely has a lot. So it's 3 stories also. So you switch in between 3 characters every mission, like you go to the next one, you know, and you keep like peeking into each other, like, oh, where are they at now type situation. And they do cross over. Like you'll see what's happening with one android, one player you're controlling. They did something big or something that would be like newsworthy, and then as another character watching TV, you would see them on the news. So that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Okay.
Are you planning on playing it, Miguel?
Yeah. I will.
I have it coming on GameFly this week, so I'm going to try to beat it, but I'm notoriously bad with finishing those kind of games. So I'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that really was... I wasn't really that hyped up, as you probably could tell on the podcast, about the game until it really came out, and until like I was like an hour in, and then I'm like, wow, this game, like... If I was hyped,
you wouldn't
like,
shut up about it, and I'm
hype.
like, dude, stop overhyping it for me.
Yeah, fair enough. And then I guess lastly, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. One of the better looking games on PlayStation.
Question for you guys. Usually those games look really good compared to the games that are out. And PlayStation obviously pays them, right? A lot of money. Sometimes they don't sell as well, especially Beyond Two Souls didn't sell well. It sold really good, but it wasn't like review well.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the technology they're using, they're sending to other studios for them to use?
I think they're sending it within each other,
and
within Sony Studios.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
Sony
so, yeah.
Studios. I'm not saying.
Well, because didn't God of
First
War
party.
use tech from Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah. Because they'll do those mockups, like the characters, really, really, really good.
I want to know what engine Detroit is running on. I don't think it's anything. Like, I don't think. Yeah, it's Quantic Dream built a new engine to complement the game. Okay, so it's not like it's not Decima or anything. But yeah, I'd imagine they would be sharing tech in some sort. You know, like if Supermassive were allowed to use this tech for their next game, that'd be really cool. But yeah.
Do you recommend it? I assume.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as if it could better development, you know, I don't really know if it would. Like, I don't know if it's gonna be a DICE situation with Frostbite and stuff. But I mean, if it complements the game and sharing the tech does work.
You're saying just
do you recommend the game? In general? I'm not bad. I should have said it.
I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely recommend.
I'm like,
the
what
game.
is he talking about?
You know, I was not confused by the question. It's the writing's good. I've been seeing a lot of things like bashing the writing.
Let me ask you this.
It's great.
Because it seems like you're almost done with the story because you're like 7-8 hours in.
Yeah.
Do you recommend people buying it right now or wait for a prize drop?
That's the classic question.
Or a rental on GameFly.
Yeah.
Rental and GameFly, yeah. I mean, come on. You're not losing anything.
It's a single-player game. I feel like nowadays people know if they want to, or if they plan on like investing in a single-player game like this. Like, do they plan on keeping it on the shelf and like planning on revisiting? But I think if you were okay with buying God of War and how many hours you got out of that experience, I think you might get similar amount of hours with this experience, because it says up to 20 hours. But
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
a
like
with replaying it and seeing all the endings and stuff. I feel like that's different.
I feel like 20 hours is short for seeing all the endings and doing all of the paths.
Because I think it's the first time, I don't know if Beyond Two Souls had it, but each chapter you could go back into it and change some stuff.
Yeah, so this has it as well.
So you can jump in at any point.
Yeah.
Or at any.
You're gonna have to do multiple saves if you want probably the platinum.
I don't know how the save file system works, but because I haven't restarted anything and I haven't really saved, it's all autosave.
Well, because Until Dawn, it only had like one save file, but you can start at any checkpoint, I think, right?
Yeah. But I'm not sure how it will work. Like, so now if I go back to...
I mean, that's a different company, obviously, but...
Mission 2, Act 3 or whatever, will that like wipe what I was doing on like another path? I can have multiple paths going on. I don't really know. It does? It wipes it?
It does. It wipes it and it keeps going.
Able to do.
So you need different saves.
Okay, so that's not bad. That's kind of like how the Zero Escape series does it. But
so,
I recommend it.
So yeah, Jeffrey recommends Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human. Miguel and I have actually been playing, because I do want to touch on this before we get going. Actually, you know what? It's in the news. We'll talk about it in the news later. So we'll talk about that. And then, Miguel, you've been playing anything new? You were playing State of Decay a little bit. I know it's an Xbox game, but it is a big new game.
I like it a lot. If you have an Xbox, buy it. Or
Game Pass, $10.
Buy it.
I'm gonna play it more later today. I'm digging it as well. I'm gonna play more later today.
And because of the NBA playoffs, I'm playing NBA Live 18.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh, the game's good. I can't say that the game's good.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know. They missed so bad in something.
NBA 2K.
Yeah, because I don't have to pay to upgrade my character.
That's fair.
There you go.
This 1 year, it's better in that sense.
It's not the first year. It's been like 2 years already that they've been doing that. This year was really bad, but they've been doing that. All right. I'm playing my career, and I won the NBA championship with my player. And the cutscene is just nothing.
There's not a celebration or anything.
There's no celebration.
Dude, you celebrate like the dumbest cup wins in FIFA.
And I'm like, that's it?
That's
it's just regular like the other games. It just goes back to Jalen Rose does the outro, like the best plays and stuff. I like that a lot. But
that's cool. Yeah,
that's it. I'm like, really? I won a championship and there's no good cuts in here. I'm like,
which is crazy because Madden does, and that's EA as well. Madden does the whole celebration.
And FIFA.
I'm not gonna.
FIFA, you'd celebrate
FIFA
like
also,
the dumbest cup win. Like you'd win like a preseason cup title, and like they'll have the biggest celebration, like you won the fucking Champions League.
Whack.
So I started a franchise mode with the Bulls.
Yeah, so I've been playing a real lot of Stardew Valley. This game is taking my fucking life over.
Oh, you got it with the beta, right? Beta.
So I did get it. I did double dip on it. Triple dip, technically, if you count the Humble Bundle on PC, but I don't count that because I bought that.
Oh, you got it on the PC too?
Well, that was a Humble Bundle with like 30 games in it, so I don't count that. And it was like $10 for like 30 games.
You still got it.
But yeah, no, because I and Jeff said, who cares? But I really think I want to be that guy. I champion the Vita so much. I need to be the guy that puts my money where my mouth is and says, because Stardew Deep is one guy. It's literally one guy making Stardew Valley. So I want to just show like, hey, we appreciate you putting these games on this dying console, or dying handheld rather. So I kind of wanted to put my money where my mouth was.
Isn't it cross-buy?
Cross-buy, yeah.
With,
so if you
PS4,
owned it previously on PS4, you got it already, but I didn't own it on PS4 before.
Oh, okay.
Would you recommend now the Vita version? Does it run well?
Does it run well?
All the questions.
I mean,
It does run better on Switch, which that's mostly what I'm playing on Switch. But
Oh, I thought you were playing on Vita.
okay, so I have two saves going on. I have a fishing only save on Vita, where I'm just fishing and like I plant like very minimal crops just to make money. But then I'm mostly fishing.
You can make money on it. What the fuck?
Wait, so you're playing two saves?
Yes.
Okay, bold.
So
And-
my Vita one is my Switch one is my actual like I'm trying to like complete all the bundles and like max my farm out and all that stuff. And the Vita one, it's just my kind of have fun with it, kind of like I'm just gonna be a guy that fishes. I did the river farm where you can fish like right outside your farm, so I'm just doing that one just kind of for fun.
Which one would you recommend over the other?
I mean, don't go out and buy a Switch just for Stardew Valley if you have a Vita. You know, like it depends. Like if you want trophies,
does it run well though?
It runs okay. It doesn't run bad. There's not anything negative with it, but I do notice like the frame rate is a little bit better on the Switch as far as like when you're moving around. Like it seems a little not choppy. Like it runs fine, but it is a little smoother on Switch. The load times are a little better on Switch. But if you care about trophies, then obviously the Vita version is the one. It runs as good as I would expect it to run on Vita. So it runs good. It just runs better on Switch. But again, you get the cross buy with PS4, and that version runs as good, if not better, than Switch.
Awesome. Shout out to Vita. Also, I was watching Cobra Kai and the Karate Kid like sequel YouTube Red series, and the kid is playing a Vita, and then his dad takes it away. And it's like a classic like young kid thing, and he's like, Alexa, order a PS Vita, and Alexa goes, ordering a PS Vita, and then I'm like, all right, first of all, no, who's PS Vita isn't listed on Amazon, you know, like
it is, but it's like an import from Korea.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. But yeah, so it's not time for watching Cobra Kai because it is time for the Allens Report.
There'll be some news.
There are 7 items on the list.
Captain's Count.
From IGN by Seth Macy, according to sales figures released by analysts at the MPD Group, Sony's God of War and PlayStation 4 were the best-selling games and the best-selling by dollar value console for last month. So the list goes as goes. God of War, Far Cry 5, MLB 18 The Show, Labo Variety Kit, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Mario Kart 8, Grand Theft Auto 5, of course, Call of Duty World War II, Super Mario Odyssey, and NBA 2K18.
Fucking 2K.
So the best-selling by units console was the Neon Switch, and the PS4 Pro 1TB God of War bundle was the top earner, of course, being more expensive. And then also some notes. Grand Theft Auto 5 still appears in the top 10 and has now sold over 95 million copies. And I feel like there was one more piece of information. And Sony boss John Kodera has revealed that God of War sold over 5 million copies in its first month and has performed very well for Sony, selling 3.1 million copies worldwide in the first 3 days we talked about, becoming the fastest-selling PlayStation 4 exclusive for the company. So what do you guys think about these?
So I think that this is outside of the top 3, it's a very slow month. Like the top 3 sold a lot, and everything else after that I think sold okay. And that it just happens to be the next up games after the top 3.
Come on, you don't think the Labo kit?
The fact that Labo Variety Kit is above Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze says everything to me about this month just being a slow month in general. That God of War sold a lot, Far Cry 5 sold a lot, MLB probably sold a good amount, and then everything else was okay.
Yeah, so you got you pretty much what to be expected besides the standouts. Labo is doing, of course, way better than.
God damn it! I'm dying over here.
Yeah.
Is Detroit gonna be in the list top 10 next month?
I give it top 10. I don't know about top 5. Although who knows? Because I haven't really heard. I haven't heard any buzz, positive or negative, about it sales wise.
It came out late, I would say, so that has that against it.
I'll say it'll be like
Friday.
6 on the list.
Yeah, but then again, it also is a slow month, and it is being promoted heavily.
What else came out this month? Do you think State of Decay lands higher than it?
I mean, Sea of Thieves landed high.
Yeah.
So do we think
I don't know if that
State of
counts as
Decay
Game Pass
sells more than... Oh, yeah,
Not digital. Doesn't count digital.
But a lot of people do buy...
just because
a lot of
it's
Xbox gamers do
$30.
actually still buy the games. I feel like it's mostly like casual guys.
I mean, I bought it, so...
Or, well... Yeah, but you were a
one
huge
of
fan
those.
of the first one, though.
True.
I think State of Decay might sell more than Detroit.
Some more units. Okay.
Yeah, because it's cheaper. It might. And
Yeah.
also it's a sequel.
I think it. Let me rephrase. I think it will land higher on the NPD numbers for May.
We'll have to see. Check in next week. But speaking of John Kodera, the PlayStation 4 is entering its final phase of its life cycle, according to Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO John Kodera. Quote, we will use... So this story came out in a bunch of phases. So that first story came out that it's entering the final phase. But then I think a day later, he said, quote, we will use the next 3 years to prepare the next step to crouch down so that we can jump higher in the future. He also touched on the topic of first-party titles, saying that the renewed focus wouldn't just mean more new IPs, but refreshing existing IPs and franchising the successful ones. He also told investors there are more exclusive titles for Sony's console on the way, and that PSVR is growing, but the industry's growth is below market expectations. So, what do you guys think? With the 3 years
So I want to focus on the PSVR thing real quick.
Yeah.
I think what he's saying is PSVR is selling well. I think VR in general is not growing.
Yeah.
I think
PSVR selling relative to other VR systems, yeah, definitely.
So I kind of figured that's what he meant before the clarification came out of the whole like 3 years left thing. Because originally, it was just kind of a headline buzz of PS4 is almost done, like PS5 is coming out soon. And my friend messaged me immediately because he knows I'm on a PlayStation podcast, and he's like, "What? When's the PS5 coming out?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. It's probably a couple years away." Like when he says final cycle of the PS4's life, I'm like, we still that probably just means it's going to be like when the PS3 had like a renaissance at the end of its life cycle too.
2011, straight up, yeah.
Yeah,
the final phase of
we got like
PS3
Uncharted
began.
3 from Uncharted 3 through Last of Us. Like think of how many exclusives came out in that time period that were great, that fully used the the power of the PS3. And this one doesn't have a cell processor, so we're gonna get even better stuff, I think this was kind of obvious. Like, obviously, we're getting a PS5 in the next 5-ish years, probably. You know what I mean? So 2021 sounds about right to me. So it's not really news to me. He's just kind of. It sounded like he just kind of was talking, kind of from shooting from the hip originally. Then he's like, "Oh shit, I better clarify this."
Or like, or he was being just more like direct. Like he's like, yeah, we're entering the final. Like I feel like other CEOs wouldn't have done that. Be so candid.
Well, Andy House was kind of. He was very. What's the word? Very coy. Maybe is the wrong word. Very like like he didn't. He wasn't just kind of saying whatever, whenever. He was very calculated with what he said.
He was definitely more careful with his words. But I mean, if the PS5 is November 2020, that's going to be the same life cycle as the PS3, so that's not really an issue. I think it's going to come out at an appropriate time.
Yeah, like I said, I think this isn't news to anyone that was keeping up.
There we go. I was gonna say, all right. I wasn't gonna put this in the doc because I'm the one that writes it, but I had to just because it's news.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone's talking about.
And it's like, yeah, when I saw the headline at the beginning, like, oh, the PS4 is in the final stage of their cycle or the final phase, I'm like,
no shit.
Yeah, and no shit. But that's because we're in the industry and we're like,
yeah,
we know what's happening. And it's like, yeah, didn't we like pretty much everyone agree that the next console is probably coming out in the like 2020, 2021?
I always said 2021, which
and I'm like,
aligns with this. But yeah,
now
I think Xbox will come out with a
surprising.
new one sooner, but I think the PS5 will probably be around 2021.
So I'm like, yeah, it's pretty accurate, I believe. And
What excites me the most...
I think he said it just because he knows that the games that are announced are probably the last ones that are probably gonna be coming out for the PS4, like the big four. Probably three of them are coming out, and then they're gonna start ramping up on pretty much the PS5. Like,
so do we think that Death Stranding will either be the swan song to the PS4, or it's going to be a launch title with the PS5?
I think it's gonna be on both.
I think it's going to be the swan song to PS4 because Metal Gear Solid 4, I know it's not Konami, but it was Kojima. Metal Gear Solid 4 kind of was that late in the cycle. PS3 kind of.
What?
Exclusive.
No.
When did Metal Gear Solid 4 come out? Oh no,
wait.
It came out early. Never mind.
Yeah.
It, like had the gunmetal. Nah, never mind.
It's 2 years after.
Ground Zeroes was on PS3. What am I talking about? Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm like I'm all fucked up today.
What was I going?
I'm thinking Snake Eater on PS2 was like at the end of the PS2's life.
No, I mean it could. Death Stranding is going to be more of an issue on how the PS5 will play PS4 games, I think. Because I don't want a situation where Last of Us comes out in 2013 and I get a PS4 in 2013 and I can't play Last of Us, Like I don't want that happening again. I want the games I buy in 2020
or God of War 2 comes out and you can't play it on a PS3.
Yeah. And then the last interesting thing on this quote is that he refreshing existing IPs and franchising the successful ones. I think that clearly means that like games like Horizon will be franchised.
Yep.
And
hopefully Until Dawn and Bloodborne.
Yeah, pretty much they're.
That's what I was gonna say.
Bloodborne.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that
Bloodborne? Yeah, this next month.
The exciting, if Shadows Die Twice is Bloodborne 2.
That's what it is. Dude.
That's what I immediately said it was, and then everyone online is like, "Oh, it could be like a what are people saying it was like a Tenchu game or something?" Like, yeah, no, that's Bloodborne.
Yeah, I'm like, no, that's Bloodborne 2.
But yeah, that's what I was excited about the most is when he was talking about their IPs and refreshing old ones. So maybe we'll get another Resistance, or maybe another Killzone, or I doubt we'll get a Killzone soon. I think we would. I don't know. What's sold better just as a whole for a franchise? What's sold better?
I feel like
Killzone
that might be
Resistance?
a whole settle your expectations because that also could be kind of talking about like God of War. Like we're refreshing old IPs. So it's like they just did that. Existing IPs. But no, I would also love to see all the revitalized series. We had that was a topic a couple weeks ago now. What series?
I wish that Sony would just buy whatever Ubisoft studio is that made Wildlands and just make them make a SOCOM game.
Make it.
Just be like, hey, we're buying you. You're making a SOCOM game. Just take Wildlands and put it somewhere else.
Deal with it.
From IGN, Battlefield 5 is the upcoming first-person World War II shooter which is being developed by EA DICE and published by Electronic Arts.
On the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/PSBestFriends, we have two of you guys chiming in. First one, Landon Tyler Cook says, Battlefield 5 looks dope to talk about how dope it is. And Nate Hicks also says, what's the group's, oh my god, I can't fucking talk today. What is the group's take on the tone of Battlefield 5? Contextually, I'd say multiplayer, because that seems to be where most of the focus is. Me personally, I think the critiques of it look like Fortnite, because when you compare the gameplay, quote unquote, from Battlefield 4, Black Ops 4 and Battlefield 5, one does look a little more gritty and tactical, whereas the other looks over the top, have fun kind of shooter. I think he's saying that Battlefield looks more like have fun, and Black Ops looks more tactical.
Oh, I thought he meant the opposite.
Nope, I think he clarified that in our Discord group, which you can also join. Find the link at facebook.com/PS. Yeah, you'll figure that out.
The Facebook page.
Wait. I gotta say a couple
and
things.
Then he ends off with, to me, Battlefield looks cool. I like that they went in a different route than show us another World War II shooter. It seems kind of meta in a sense. Miguel.
Okay, I'm going first, because I'm taking this one.
Just like how you took Black Ops 4 and then we're rolling.
Yes.
Hold up. Before you into this, if you want to check out our impressions on like the reveal itself and more things surrounding that, we talked about that on this week's Cocktail Hour, episode 14.
That is on our feed. It is the episode before this. We talked about specifically what we thought of the event. This is going to be about the game now.
It's going to end nicer than Black Ops 4.
Why, I don't get, because
the
I
trailer,
thought this was worse.
Go.
Oh, okay, wait, because this is the thing, dude. The review event that they had and the trailer that they had are not what the game is.
Period. Are not what the game is?
No. The trailer is... Dude, you're telling me that you saw the trailer... Wait. You're telling me that you saw the trailer and you think Battlefield. When I saw the trailer, I thought Call of Duty.
For Battlefield 5, you're talking?
Yeah, for Battlefield 5.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because it's like, what are you guys doing? It's like, this is not what Battlefield is gonna be. And then you had hours later and a couple days later, YouTubers got into the press event or had interviews with the developer, and one of the designers, I think it was in the reveal event. And they talked about more, and it feels like it's gonna be between Battlefield 3, which is really good in my opinion, and Bad Company 2. Like a mix of those, which is great for me. For the guys that didn't enjoy that much Battlefield 1 because it felt more too casual, in my opinion, compared to the last ones. There felt more
Jeff
tactical.
and I liked it.
So I'm more hyped for it now that I checked the pretty much the YouTubers giving me all the information that I needed instead of the reveal event, which I think they bombed horribly.
Yeah, let's go over also, if you didn't catch all the information, what some of the main new features are. So, of course, it's going to be in World War II. I'm pulling this bullet list from PCGamer.com. You can construct and rebuild fortifications at objective points, so like build up barriers, things like that.
Yeah, and that is just some locations you can't just like go.
Points,
you can't just like build stuff.
It's not like Fortnite where you can just build a structure anywhere.
Like in some points and some pretty much routes you're able like. You have some options, but it's not like you're gonna build the fucking castle in the middle of the point.
Think kind of Call of Duty World War II's like war mode, where like you could build like walls and stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
The 64-player Grand Operations mode incorporates multiple modes across a 3 to 4 match narrative, like Battlefield 1's Operations, but with a couple twists. I like that mode a lot.
So they're adding a fourth stage to Operations. So it's the same thing as Battlefield 1's Operations, but they're adding a fourth stage.
Yeah.
It's just bigger, pretty much.
And some twists, though. I'm interested what those twists will be.
Well, okay, so I don't see it listed anywhere else. The big twist in the fourth stage of Operations is, and this is where, because everyone was like, oh, they're going to add a Battle Royale mode in. As far as we know, there's no standalone Battle Royale mode. The fourth stage of Grand Operations is a Last Man Standing mode. Yeah. So it's everyone free-for-all until there's one person left.
It's TDM, pretty much, and you have one life.
It's you're against everyone.
Against everyone?
Yeah, you're not just against the other team. You're against everyone. So that's what I understood. If I'm wrong,
I think that's you have one live and it's team against
They said last man standing. So why would you say last man standing if it's a team?
I mean, you're playing as a team.
Well, they would say last team.
I think it's elimination. I didn't hear this.
Elimination.
Where'd you hear this, Anthony?
I did hear about it.
I think elimination would make more sense.
We'll clarify that for next week. But I remember them saying, because I feel like they would have said last team standing.
Yeah,
if it was
they said last man standing.
Last man standing, and then his team wins.
But, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get more information on that. But yeah, no concrete battle royale information, which is interesting. But concrete information on Combined Arms, which is a co-op, 4-player co-op, kind of procedurally generated missions, which sounds extremely interesting. And I'm down to play that because the last time they did a cool co-op before they did Battlefield 3, which was mad, but Onslaught in Bad Company 2 was the DLC. Which I really liked. Squad members can revive each other even if they aren't medics. So once again, that they're going more into the tactical situation.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
If you're not a medic and you revive your squad mate, you only revive with like 50 health instead of 100. So if you have a medic, it's better if a medic revives you than just someone that doesn't have the class.
And also about that, they said everything's more like, what was the word they were explaining it? It was like using your hands, immersive, but like you do everything. So like it's when you hold square to open a door or something, like your hands push the door. When you're reviving someone,
I feel like they've done that recently though, at least in Battlefield 1.
There weren't many more for like when you're grabbing ammo instead of just standing in a box.
Yeah.
And auto replenishing, like you actually need to go in there and grab ammo from the box or med pack or just pretty much replenish
from an animation standpoint. That's pretty cool.
They're saying everything is something your hands do.
I was gonna say because I remember barging through doors with your fist in Battlefield 1, but yeah,
that's what they meant more for that.
Yeah.
Stationary guns can be towed by vehicles, and yes, you can fire them while being towed.
That's cool.
This also another thing, you could drag wounded. I read this, but I don't really know what it looks like or what it means in gameplay. But you could drag wounded teammates to behind cover.
So like
if you're trying to revive them, but you're in the middle of the open, you can drag them and then revive.
You could grab them. Yeah, exactly.
I assume when they're being dragged, though, they can't respawn because that'd be annoying if you're dragging someone and then he respawns. You know, like if he hits X. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how like you could wait to be revived,
but it's probably like a common sense thing. Like, don't respawn if someone's dragging you.
I mean, usually you have a.
Or maybe it says like you are being you are about to be revived or something on screen.
Yeah. And then lastly, you can go prone on your back and turn 360 degrees with proper animations while prone. There are many other animation improvements too. So that's a cool thing. They show that in the trailer.
That's the
and-
one thing where it's like people are throwing a fit about the like historical accuracy of this game, but then all of a sudden you're flying around like on your back with a LMG, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, no, because in the trailer,
cool
I'm like,
for a
oh,
video
this looks
game.
like a cinematic type thing, rolling on your back and going prone and shooting, but saying that's actually in the game is pretty cool.
Pretty much like
That's
the
what I
Rainbow
took out of
Six
it is-
Siege.
I took out of it-
mechanic that they have.
When I watched the trailer, I took that as the new mechanic in the game. Like, whereas, so you just thought it was just there for the looks?
It looked like it was like a cinematic, yeah, like
See, I took that as that's going to be a new mechanic.
so that's very cool, yeah. So it is. But yeah, I'm Miguel gave. I'm really hyped on it.
I am
I think-
mildly excited for it. There's too much shit coming out in October.
I
so
am,
don't
yeah,
know.
to
I don't know
get
what I'm
the
gonna
record
play yet.
straight, I am more hyped on Black Ops 4, of course, for
I think I
zombies.
might be as well.
And I mean, warning, PSA to everyone: like, don't pre-order this so early because literally every year there's a
I mean,
Battlefield, it goes to $35
here.
at Black Friday, and it makes no sense. Like, I don't like how,
Well, I'm
why
buying
they
it
do
day
it every
one.
year. Yeah,
But if for both games, we know that they're gonna have betas, so you could go to your GameStop and put $5 on
True.
it, play the beta, and then see if you like the gameplay, if you like some of the changes. Obviously not everything's gonna be in the beta, but you could tell if you're gonna like the game or not. Like, I usually buy both of them. Now it kind of sucks because I only have a week in between now, instead of like
That's
3
the problem.
weeks.
That's why I can never
It's
prestige
like-
in Call of Duty, because by the time like I get Call of Duty, something else is out a week later, and then I move on. I'm not like you, where you
I go back to them. So.
yeah, like me, like I'll go back for a match or two, whereas you'll go back and actually play it for a long time.
but yeah, setting's cool. They're gonna be doing Africa, which really the last time we saw Africa was Call of Duty 2.
So I
They're
noticed
doing
that
a lot of northern theater stuff, so like
Yeah, there
Norway
you go.
and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah,
excited. That's
Rotterdam.
pretty cool.
they're not focusing on the
The classic.
Like Germany,
the classic, yeah,
France,
exactly,
Austria,
which is a good thing,
Poland.
in my opinion.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
We're
something
gonna
different. Yeah, it's something different. I was hoping for the Pacific Theater, but I'll take the northern stuff.
I'm sure that could come out later on the DLC, like the free maps. We forgot to mention.
I can see them
Did we
like
mention it?
remaking like 1943
no
maps.
premium.
yeah. So
no premium.
Yeah, because like when Call of Duty was giving their no thrust jump, no wall run, Battlefield and EA was giving the no loot boxes, no season pass. So that's really awesome.
Call
I
of
mean,
Duty did hint at no season pass, though. They just didn't
yeah,
confirm it.
yeah, but the focus on the what we don't the emissions,
They're gonna have DLC. No, not DLC, like stuff to buy.
microtransactions. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's gonna be more like
Crates.
No, it's not in crates.
no, it's not crates. It's
Direct one-to-one purchase.
Yeah,
of
like
Titanfall 2.
Ooh,
yeah.
okay,
so
that's cool.
that's good.
See, I prefer that, because at least you know what you're
yeah,
getting.
you know what you're getting exactly, which is better.
You want blue navy camo for your gun? That's $1.
like,
You want
bam,
this?
there you
That's
go.
$2.
That's probably not $1, but yeah, I get the point.
No, it's not. But here, they named the whatever they're gonna release throughout the game. Something I forgot what it was.
like a
The roadmap, like what do you mean?
Roadmap.
The post-launch content.
Yeah, it's Ties of War,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's gonna be free maps, free extra modes, pretty much everything that you usually get in the premium pass for free, which is great. They're
Yeah.
gonna keep the community fucking together for about time since fucking forever.
Oh,
well,
dude,
that's
I mean,
arguably why you're able to find a match in Titanfall 2 still, is because they didn't segregate the community with DLC.
Exactly.
no, 100% agree with that. You know, even Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, I don't even play the new maps, the DLC maps, because you know not everyone has them. So I just
I
get
do
to run
play
these
on
lobbies
like
with base
I do
people.
play on some of the DLC maps in Black Ops 3 still. There's like the amusement park one,
Once in
and
a
the,
while.
and the
That's-
water park
that
one.
is- that
Those
is
are like
DLC.
the two that I play on a lot.
You know why? Because that's DLC 1 maps, which are
That's
free.
true. Gold.
There you go. You
Gold
play free
edition.
maps, everyone gets to play on them.
What's that map? Just a quick, side note. What's that map in Black Ops 3 where it's just like a giant, like, there's just like giant food everywhere?
Micro.
Oh, micro.
That map's awesome.
It's funny how we know this shit.
That map is so fucking cool.
I think the Battle Royale mode is gonna come out later on for free.
Yeah, that's why they're not talking about it at all. I can see that. I can see it.
Because when I saw the trailer at the end, when everyone's dropping, my first thought was Battle Royale.
I see them
and
going more
parachutes.
towards like the 50v50 mode in Fortnite than I do a true Battle
Like
Royale.
Last Man Standing,
Yeah.
50, they're gonna see if... Ooh, idea.
Maybe the Grand
They're gonna
Operations
see-
is testing that.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Exciting. Next up, the Scuff Vantage controller is officially licensed, customizable, and all about performance. So this is a new premium controller to replace your DualShock 4 that works with your PlayStation 4. The pad offers button remapping, side-mounted buttons, a removable faceplate, and 4 optional paddles. You can also set the thumbsticks to 3 different heights and adjust the trigger buttons with stops. You have a choice of D-pads with the Scuff Vantage as well. This PS4 pad will launch this summer with the wired model costing $170 and the wireless plus wireless wired model, so you get the option of either, is $200, which is near the price of an actual system itself.
So this is literally just the Xbox One Elite controller for PlayStation 4 because it's the same company that made the Xbox One Elite controller, and it's more expensive, which is a little weird to me.
I mean, Scuff didn't make the...
Yeah, they did. They partnered with Scuff. I don't know if it was like a Design Labs kind of cross thing, but it was Scuff that they partnered with. Because if you look, all the parts look like the same parts that they use on the Elite controller. It's just
how much is the Elite controller Xbox?
Elite controller, I think, is $150 for the regular edition, and then the Gears of War one was, I think, $180, $170.
Okay, so you're paying a little premium on this.
This is branded Scuff. Usually their controllers are around this price too, so
that's true.
For
me,
150,
I'm actually 100% okay with like a normal DualShock. I think that this base controller is better than the base Xbox controller. I feel like you need an Elite controller on Xbox more than you need like a quote-unquote Elite controller on PS4. So I just feel like it's more ergonomic to me. That's a preference, obviously, but that's me.
We'll buy one if there's like a sale on it.
I could see a Black Friday being like $130.
The thing is, too, though, that's interesting about this controller is the DualShock has the parallel sticks. On this one, it has offset sticks, like an Xbox controller.
Yep.
So
on the Scuff, when we're talking about for PS4, the sticks are in the placement of an Xbox.
Yeah, they're offset. So that would kind of fuck me up, I think, on PS4.
But yeah, so expensive, but at least you have the option, finally.
I mean, I already have one, so... That I modded it, so... Which doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, Miguel has
this controller just feels
extensions
so good.
on his...
This controller, it's just like, it feels so good in my hand.
Yeah, because we're used to it, dude, that's why.
I love it.
But you could ask someone that plays on the Xbox. And
I used to think the Xbox controller was better, and then when I moved over to the PlayStation, now I can say it feels
good in your hands.
The thing about the Xbox controller is that it feels too smushed together. Like this one, it's nice and it's wide. The Xbox controller, it's a lot closer. No, but I always thought that the Xbox controller, it's like a lot closer together.
Next up, H1Z1 made its console debut this week with the PlayStation 4 open beta, drawing in over 1.5 million players since Tuesday.
So obviously this is the game I was referring to in the opening that Miguel and I played a decent amount of, not a crazy amount, but we dabbled enough to be able to speak on it, and we both played the PC version the week before just to see how it's going to compare.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It feels good for your first game to go in there and win, you know? That's how good I am, you know what I'm saying? Even though the other guys carry us, but
even though Miguel and I died early and it's the other guys that won.
We still won. I did win one match already.
Yep, I saw you got a solo.
And like I said, it was too easy. Especially when you get the good crates and you get the weapons. It runs well, which is a great thing compared to PUBG on Xbox.
Yeah, it runs infinitely better than PUBG did at launch on Xbox One.
It looks similar. I mean, the graphics are not too... You can't compare the graphics from this game to Fortnite. Cause,
yeah, oh my god, it's night and day.
Exactly.
No pun intended.
Comparing it to PC, like it does have some changes. You can't craft stuff like on PC. That you're able to collect like
so the biggest change for me between the PC version and the PS4 version is on PC you can actually when the match is starting it shows you the map with the grids on it, and you can choose a grid location to drop at, whereas in the PS4 version it just drops you randomly, and I'm sure that's going to be an update coming later, but for this current iteration it just drops you in randomly.
I saw on Twitter that they commented on that. And they say they're trying to make the game feel like more
random.
More not random, but trying to get the game in pretty much the fights to happen more often for the game to like go faster.
Okay, I do notice that.
That's what they're doing.
Definitely seems like faster matches Even
Yes.
even
You find people a lot faster too than on PC, in my opinion.
They don't want people just running around forever and saying,
Now
"Oh,
I
this game's so
did
boring."
notice that assault rifles are a lot more rare on PS4. On PC, you spawn
Yeah,
the second
you
you spawn, you find an AR-15
had
or
an
you'll find an
AK.
AK.
Yeah.
With the PS4 version,
and
you just
here
find the SMG.
they're in crates.
Right. Which I don't know if that's a change that maybe that's a balancing thing they're working on,
Yeah,
or maybe
they're-
that's how they're
they're
going to
trying.
leave it. But I did notice that. as well.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind
just
it
because
either.
everyone's starting with the same thing, and you need to find your crates or loop the drops that you get to actually get good
Yeah,
guns.
it does definitely focus a lot more on
So it is a little
hunting
bit
down
more balanced.
those crates.
Yeah.
So
And if
now,
you
would
hear
you
the
guys
radio-
recommend people jump into this now, or give it like no rush? Come in a week or two.
I think
wait
if
it out.
you are,
It's free. Try it.
yeah, it's free. Try it. If
You'll figure out if you
if
like
you're
it or
one of
not.
those people like Jeff who is neurotic about like pre-access games, and you absolutely like the tiniest little bug is gonna have you go into a mental breakdown.
Here.
Obviously, don't play it. It's a beta, so it's gonna have its bugs. If you're not willing to accept the bugs, then
It
just
doesn't
give
have
give
many
a bit.
bugs.
There's some
opinion.
bugs, man. It wasn't letting me move one time. It wasn't letting me use the right stick one time.
I mean,
one time my character
here.
just disappeared. So there is some bugs.
Those
Okay,
are
there some
features.
bugs
Those
that
are
I didn't-
features.
I didn't notice them that much. But if you wanted to play PUBG when they announced that they were gonna come to consoles, and you probably won't until probably a year or two from now,
And you don't have an Xbox, yeah?
and you don't have an Xbox, this is great for that.
It's a good alternative. It's not the same game.
It's not,
But
it's not.
it
It's more
is-
fast paced, a lot more
but-
fast paced.
I actually prefer that too, to be honest. Like I wish PUBG was faster paced.
Oh
But it's
no,
it's,
no.
it's closer to
Personally,
PUBG
that's me.
than
That's me
Fortnite, is
personally.
what you were trying to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it is a lot more.
So if you're
Without
on
the building.
PS4 and you don't have, we still got to try out Rec Room Battle Royale or Rec
I think
Room
you had to
Royale.
sign up for it. I don't know if it's
Oh
public.
yeah,
yet.
I got an email about it. Either way, H1Z1, give it a try. Next up, EA Sports has officially announced Madden NFL 19, with the game releasing August 10th on PlayStation, Xbox One. Wide receiver T.O. Terrell Owens is the cover star for Madden NFL 19 Hall of Fame edition. However, the standard edition cover athlete has not yet been revealed. So this is a cool, classic announcement. I have a
Okay.
question,
Isn't
though,
T.O. wearing a
for you guys.
what jersey is T.O. wearing on this cover? Because it wasn't that a big deal.
Not Cowboys?
Because that was a big deal, right? I was gonna ask if you guys knew about the because
Yeah, I think it was a big deal that he's like not wearing a Cowboys jersey.
What else would he wear?
I mean he was known
He's known for Cowboys.
for Cowboys. That's why.
But
But he wasn't wearing.
Oh no,
that
he is wearing a
shirt.
Cowboys. Yeah, he is wearing a Cowboys. Maybe that's the big deal, is that he is wearing a Cowboys one.
I guess. I remember hearing that was
Because
something about it. I'm
everyone
like,
thought that.
fair enough.
Well, because he was 8 years in San Francisco. Maybe that was the big deal, is he's wearing a Cowboys one, not a Niners one.
We don't know much about this game yet, but I have a question. Do you think we'll ever see the abandonment of the annualized?
Not
Madden
anytime
game?
soon. Not
Yeah?
anytime soon.
They make too much money.
They
dude.
make way too much money.
Way
Not
too much
anytime
money.
soon. Maybe next gen they'll start messing with that, but not on the PS4. We won't
I
see
mean,
that.
they won't until they stop
And
making.
FIFA makes so
money
much
they're
money
making.
every year. I mean,
It's so crazy. Like, you have to assume at one point they'll just be like, yeah, it's.
it makes sense to people like
a base
you
game.
that don't play sports games. But because it
But there are
makes sense,
changes,
it's like
dude.
yeah. But people that play these games every year,
Even I play other annualized games. I'm saying that I feel like most annualized games,
Sports games?
that could be base things. So like, Destiny. That doesn't need to be an annualized. That could be one base product, and that keeps getting updated. Call of Duty. If Call of Duty Online, if they ever move towards just the online thing, which it seems like they're going, that could just be adding new modes and new maps and new features.
I'm just saying that the people that actually play these sports games are just so. They just
already
they just
ingrained,
accept.
dude.
Yeah, they
It's
just
already
accept
ingrained
they
that
buy a
it's
new one
just
every
yearly.
year. So why would EA change that if these people are already
Fair
just
enough.
doing
Fair
it anyways?
enough. Fair
and
enough.
to give them props, they do try to change stuff. Sometimes
Nah,
not
they
for the
don't.
better.
Nah.
They do change stuff, man.
The only reason they
Maybe-
changed it to Frostbite is so they would save money on development. That wasn't a. That
I'm
wasn't.
saying
yeah,
they didn't
gameplay,
change.
dude. I'm saying gameplay. I'm not saying they do change.
It's not
it.
nearly enough for considering how much money they make off Ultimate Team for both Madden and FIFA. It's not nearly enough. I don't
See,
think.
you're hating, bro. You're hating now.
Dude, have you played a Madden recently?
Yes, I have.
It's been bad for like a lot.
Oh, I
of
know,
years.
because they changed it.
In a
But
bad
they
way.
do try to change stuff.
Yeah, but it's in a bad way.
Yeah,
What I
because they
meant
changed
by
it
the
to,
change, though, what I
Dude,
meant by
when
the
they
change is
added the
that-
Odell Beckham catch, the reaching catch, like the triangle, like Odell catch, it broke the game. Like it totally.
Everyone was doing it.
Yeah, it just
funny.
totally broke the game.
It was awesome.
This is dumb.
Yeah, no, what I've just meant by that is that like the features they do add year to year, I feel like could be updated.
Minimal.
But you know what? You won't find. Let's see if I can get this. You won't find Madden on your shelf, but you'll find these games on GameStop shelves because they're on the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends.
You just tried so hard not to fuck that up, and it's
and you
funny.
still messed it up. Because half of these games are not on GameStop.
Yeah, if I said like the PSN store shelf or something, that would have worked. First up, Agony PS4 digital retail, Along Together PSVR digital, Birdcakes PS4 digital, Black Hat Cooperative PSVR digital. Now this game looked interesting, and I was looking at the drop when the drop was posted and meant to look more into this, but I forgot to. But Black Hat Cooperative is an award-winning stealth game that pits you and your ally and an ally against robot agents that seeks to remove you from the system. The art just looks interesting, and I'll give that a check. It looks like some like hacking game or something.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Die for Valhalla PS4 digital, Earth Atlantis PS4 digital out 6-1. Gakido Kintaro's Revenge PS4 digital, Harvest Moon Light of Hope Special Edition PS4 digital retail. Miguel, was that Jesus for the podcast, or did you just get some form of update elsewhere?
No, how many games are coming out? I didn't check when I was doing it. I'm like, holy shit.
Illusion to Tale of the Mind PS4
I feel like this game
digital.
came out already.
The Journey Down Chapter 1 PS4 digital. How many random games Chapter 1 are there on the fucking store that we never see a Chapter 2 of?
Dude. Or there's like 10 chapters for.
Yeah, right. Kabounce PS4 digital. Knights of Pen and Paper +1 Deluxe Year Edition. Metal Slug 20 PS4 digital. Millenor PS4 digital. Moonlighter PS4 digital. This one looks interesting. No Heroes Here PS4 digital. Oh Sir, the Hollywood Roast PS4 digital. Old Man's Journey PS4 digital.
This one's on Switch, and people say it's really good. It's like a 1 to 2 hour game, but it's just a really cool kind of like, almost like a not gameplay wise, but like you know how Kamiko, you can play it like you beat it in like an hour or 2 hours. It's kind of that experience, but it's a lot. I guess it's really heartfelt.
Short puzzle game with the heart. Owlboy PS4 retail digital was last week. Retail this week. The Perfect Sniper PS4 digital, PSVR digital.
Story-driven VR game. Miguel, maybe this one's for you.
The Perfect Sniper is a story-driven VR game in which you take on the role of a deadly assassin. Interesting. Personality and Psychology Premium PS4 digital. Odd title. Sega Genesis Classics PS4 digital, including over 50 titles across all genres, from all-time classics like Sonic and Streets of Rage 2 to deep RPGs like Phantasy Star series, arcade action shooters, beat-em-ups, puzzlers, old favorites, and hidden gems. There's a classic title for every player to enjoy.
And they conveniently leave out Altered Beast in any of the description because that game is a straight pile of trash.
That's a like people have like fond memories of that, but yeah, I think it's
no. I don't know who has fond memories of Altered Beast. It is a terrible fucking game.
Repressed Sega fans. Shift Quantum PS4 digital. Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection PS4 digital retail with a quick impromptu trophy room. This game has shit ass trophies. There is 13 silver trophies, no platinum, and
not even any gold trophies.
Not even gold, and like 10 of the silvers are like Beat Street Fighter 2.
Oh no, I think there was 3 gold maybe. But yeah, you showed me this trophy list earlier in the week, and yeah, it is like offensively
like Beat Street
bad.
Fighter 2 Turbo, Beat Street Fighter 2 Remix, Beat Street Fighter 3, Beat Street Fighter. It's like what?
Like I don't care about trophies for that because I'm just not I'm like Street Fighter's whatever for me. Like I'll play it, it's fun, but I'm not a huge Street Fighter fan. For someone that was excited for this collection and is also like into trophies, that sucks. Like that is a fucking awful trophy list.
Yeah, so I mean, if you don't know what this is, it's 12 Street Fighter titles from Street Fighter 1 to Street Fighter 2, 3, Alpha, and all a bunch of the spin-offs.
You know what that does to me?
It's a celebration of the series. But
you know what that does to me? That instantly makes the Switch version way more worth it. Because it's like, well, if trophies mean fuck all anyways, I might as well just get the Switch version.
Yeah. Which didn't Capcom do good on Mega Man trophies on the collections? I thought they did.
I don't know. I thought so.
It's weird here that
I feel like I remember Colin Moriarty talking about it, but I don't remember.
But yeah, either way, if you're excited for that game, that is definitely a hot title this week. To the Top PSVR digital, Wraith PSVR digital. PSVR is getting a lot. And then last but not least, Yoku's Island Express PS4 digital. For some VOD, we have Tomb Raider, that one, which is interesting, and Church's album,
Chiverges.
and still more.
Oh, we got the NBA finals. Some whack ass conference finals right now. So yeah, those are yeah.
Looking at some gameplay for the Perfect Sniper.
Yep.
It does use the aim controller, which I have, which is nice.
Can you use the wands though, or is it only aim?
I assume, yeah.
I gotta get an aim controller, man. If Firewall comes
Miguel,
with an aim controller bundle, I'll get that.
No, I don't have a price.
What was it called? The Lone Sniper?
The Perfect Sniper.
I'm on a fucking list now.
I got it. Yeah, send me the YouTube link when you get that too.
But yeah, no.
So what do you think, Miguel?
It's $17 on Steam, if that means anything. So it'll probably be 20 on
15,
PS4.
hopefully.
Nah, probably
it's usually more.
Yeah.
Or it could just be $16.99, $17.99 on PS4. That'd be cool.
Yes, that was the drop. So, you know, we talked about the hits. We talked about the bits.
But now it is time for Best Friend Questions. So the only non-Battlefield question we got this week comes from our very own Jake Jericho in the Facebook group. Again, if you want to ask us any questions for any of our podcasts, this or Cocktail Hour, post it on facebook.com/groups/PS Best Friends. Again, Jake Jericho says this week, this E3 Sony is showcasing 4 titles, excluding Days Gone and Dreams. Do you think that's it? With the murmurs that PS4 won't be supported after 2021, have we had all the exclusives this generation? And if so, how would you feel about that? Personally, PS4 has been fantastic, and a few more great games will cement this as one of the best generations ever. So did they confirm Dreams and Days Gone not being there?
No,
they didn't say that.
They didn't say that.
So
he's just assuming just because Days Gone had that
the Game Informer
covering it. And
I think
Dreams
Days Gone will be in a highlight reel,
so.
but they don't show it off.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure.
So what do you think the 4 that are going to be?
I could see them showing a trailer and giving the date for it.
Okay.
For Days Gone.
I could see that, or at least a window of like spring 2019.
Yeah.
I mean,
so they're going to show Spider-Man, obviously.
Yeah.
Detroit's out, so they don't got to show that. So Spider-Man's 1. Last of Us 2 is confirmed there, so that's the second.
I mean, the big 4 are confirmed, so.
but check this out. He's asking, have we heard of all the exclusives this generation? I think not.
So
at all.
do you think there's how many more exclusives do you think will be announced before the PS4 is over?
Around 5.
Will be announced and then also released on PS4.
Well, let's see.
When 5 more exclusives?
At least, I mean, dude,
I think
coming from where?
2012 and 2013, we didn't know if the game's coming out on PS3 then.
But how many more studios do they have that we don't know what they're working on? Ghost of Tsushima, that's 3. And then what's the 4th one?
We talk about like bangers. I don't know. I feel like there could be also like some smaller.
I'm talking like their major
bangers. No,
their major flagship releases. I say maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, I guess. I
say
just
none.
Know about everything. None.
I think
we'll get Bloodborne. We'll get Bloodborne 2, and we'll get I don't know, maybe something we haven't heard of.
Yeah, I could see
like second party. Yeah,
or
first
an Until
party?
Dawn 2.
Are we talking first party or second party? Or
just exclusive, so it could be second party.
Overall, yeah, I could see them like 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, just because like I said, like the Ni no Kuni type games, like like Japanese type games that are exclusive to the system.
So it's not. People
but yeah, I guess you're right. Like all the studios really are working on something. Like we're not going to see a new Sucker Punch
because we know what Bend is working on now. That was a huge question mark up until Days Gone was revealed. Sucker Punch was really the last major studio we didn't know what they were working on, and we know that's Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, are there any studios we don't know what they're working on? I mean, Guerrilla presumably is working on Horizon 2.
Killzone.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They are working on the next
Santa Monica. We have no idea what they're doing. Even though they just
literally just dropped God of War, so
they could have been working on something.
They have to be pre-pro on God of War 2, 2/5.
I mean, Corey did say that he has a plan of 3 games trilogy.
Yeah, so they got to be pre-pro on the next.
Guerrilla could do something.
Killzone.
No, they're working on. Dude. They are. I guarantee they're full on production mode for Horizon 2.
Yeah, they're working on that too, but I could put money that there's gonna be another Killzone coming out.
If Cambridge was still around, I would say yes. But why would they close Cambridge?
I mean, the only thing backing that would be Killzone came out 2013, Horizon came out 2017, so that's 4-year cycle. 4 years on 2017 would be 2021. Let's say hypothetically that's the latest PS5 will launch. PS5 launches November 2021. Could we see another Guerrilla game in 2021? Maybe, yeah.
Killzone.
Oh, launches Killzone, yeah, launches Horizon, it could be, yeah.
And then in the middle of the generation is the next Horizon.
See, the way I look at it is Horizon is just too big of a... too big of a new IP. I don't see them wasting any time in a new Killzone. I could see maybe another studio doing a Killzone.
Polyphony. We haven't seen what they're working on since GT Sport, and they said they are. That GT Sport isn't like the next numbered thing.
So they're working on Gran Turismo 6.
Another Gran Turismo. Japan Studio, since NAC 2.
5 or 6 was the most recent numbered Gran Turismo.
6
on the PS3, the end of the generation.
So Gran Turismo 7.
So they're doing 7, and they're gonna release it on the PS4 in the end of the generation,
just like they did
fucking
with
PS3. Fucking stupid. They killed that game so bad.
Supermassive, we don't know what they're doing. Clap Hands, we don't know what they're doing.
Well, Supermassive worked on like 6 VR games, so hopefully they're working on Until Dawn 2.
Yeah, true. I'm just looking at all PlayStation Studios and their current projects list.
So let's focus on Jake's question of, well, not his question. He says he thinks that this is one of the best generations ever. Do we agree with that?
For exclusive wise,
I think this is one of Sony's best generations ever. I don't think as a whole it's one of the best. I don't know, because you could make the argument even as a whole this has been the best generation.
So it's either...
We got Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey in the same year. I know you're not crazy about Zelda, but general consensus it is great. It's a 10 out of 10 general consensus. I mean, Xbox.
Then we did had Wisher, which a lot of people fucking love.
Yep, Metal Gear Solid 5. Game of the generation, Mad Max, same day as Metal Gear Solid 5.
I'd always say, it'd be hard for me to say anything's better than the PS3, Xbox 360 gen. I feel like that's mostly my attachment as well to it.
Yep.
I have a lot of attachment to it.
I think it's... If we're still doing this podcast in 2022, let's reflect on this question after this generation's done.
Yeah, true.
I think we need to see how the final couple years kind of shake out.
I mean,
I think that's going to determine it.
They're not going to stop supporting the PS4 after the launch of PS5.
But what I'm saying is I want to see what the major releases towards the end of the cycle were. Because like I said, remember, we didn't get BioShock Infinite or Last of Us or all these other huge games until like the last literal year of the consoles.
Yeah, but we already know those games.
I feel like we're still riding on the high of last generation.
We're still announcing they're fucking early. That's why.
No, but even so, I think we're still on a high in the sense that we're still talking about games like we're still talking about Last of Us. We're still talking about GTA. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't.
I don't get where you're going.
But Red Dead might be that equivalent. You know what I mean? Last of Us 2 might be that equivalent. I'm just saying, there's games not out yet that might define this generation. We're in the middle of this generation now, and we're like, oh yeah, these games, we think like Shadow of Mordor, Far Cry 4, or I
get what you're saying. Once we're more removed from it, we'll be able
to. Which is
we think of all these games that are currently out now, but there's games not out yet that might supplant those and be like, holy shit, these games define the PS4, and they're coming out at the end of the cycle. So I just think
it just seems that the PS3 and Xbox Gen had created more franchises than this gen did, and I think that might be true, factually, numbers wise.
I would believe it because there was a lot of random shit coming out last gen too.
But even the successful ones, we had Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, Uncharted, all these franchises were born in that. Were born in that generation, whereas we don't really see.
But you can't compare that, dude.
What do you mean?
Why not?
New IPs? Yeah, I feel like that's a fair comparison.
No, dude. I mean,
because we're not done yet. You're saying?
That's one thing, and second about I forgot what studio does AC?
Ubisoft, one of the many.
One of the many, yeah. It's probably all
location.
Of them. What were they doing before? Splinter Cell?
I think Prince of Persia or something.
Or something like that. And it didn't work. That's why they started doing AC Origins. If something doesn't work, you're going to do something and then fucking milk it. And that's what happened.
I'm saying that, like, because this gen we had AC Origins, but that wasn't an original IP. You know,
It was
still
a
from
reimagining
AC.
of Assassin's Creed.
You
But
see
we
what
did
I'm
get
saying?
the Division.
Like they're
We did
milking their
get
franchise.
We did get Watch Dogs technically released on last gen, but it was really a current gen game.
Yeah, no, I'm saying there definitely are new IP. You know, Horizon, like.
I think this is
Wildlands
an interesting conversation we can maybe expand on. But I would want to get more. That was
more
technically last gen
facts,
too. Yeah, I want to get more facts, but this is something maybe to come back to because I really like this idea. Maybe in the next couple of weeks. Because next week's probably going to be our E3 predictions because E3 is a couple weeks out. But maybe post E3 when there's not a lot of news, maybe we'll do a good old topic of the episode and come back to this.
All the indies, dude, they're coming out this generation.
There was a lot of indies last gen too.
Once again, we'll end off on this, but I feel like indies were.
It started
more
on the PS3.
In the PS3 Xbox.
They had more
Summer Arcade on Xbox.
Yeah, it
Braid,
started there.
Limbo, Meat Boy.
Exactly, but now you have
Insanely Twisted Shadow Plan.
Games are coming out and they're probably good, but nobody's playing them
because there's so much garbage.
Just exactly.
Yeah, look at the drop.
And it's like
look at the drop
like,
this week. It's just all nonsense.
Yeah, like I didn't saw the drop until right now that I scrolled down. I'm like, holy shit! Like nobody's gonna end up fucking playing half of these games.
Yeah,
half of them. No one's gonna play 90% of them.
That too.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll jump on that again soon.
It'll be a good
but
question.
For now,
closer to that.
Yeah, I think that's like I said, post E3 because it'll probably be a little slower
to look at
news after E3 is kind of settled. I think it'll be a little slower. So let's come back to that. I wanted Jeff. Let's converse on getting some numbers and stuff for that because I actually do want to talk about that a bit more. But now it is time to wrap up the show with Video Game 20 Questions. If you don't know what 20 Questions is, I don't know what to tell you. It is sudden death mode, so if we ask the game and it is wrong, you don't get the remaining questions that you have, and you do need to ask by the 20th question. So it's not ask 20 questions and then ask the game. So Jeff is picking the game this week. Also, quick shout out to Game Scoop because that's where I got the idea from, and Game Scoop is dope. So Miguel and I are teaming up today. What do you want to start with? You want to start with the classic?
No. Not today. I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
Ooh,
is this a PS3 360 game?
No.
So that generation is what you're saying.
No, he said no. Okay.
So,
now we could ask.
That includes Wii, just to specify that.
Yeah. Is it
It's not one of those three.
It's not that generation. Okay.
Is the current generation Xbox One, PS4, Switch?
It is not this console generation.
Oh, so it's an old one. First time in that you pick something old. All right. You wanna ask for the PS2 and Xbox?
Well, how many questions is that? That's two
questions
three.
asked. 2 questions asked.
Yeah. This it will be the third one. I mean, we need to get the generation. So.
Was this on? See, I'm trying to think of shit that he knows because he doesn't know shit about PS1 or PS2. So. Do you want? I feel like. Is it a PC game? Because he kind of was like, it is not on this console generator. Like he said it kind of whack. So I'm wondering, is it a PC game? Is he fucking with us?
I mean, we could ask. I mean, doesn't matter.
All right, let's do the PS2 question. Is it on the PS2 original Xbox, GameCube generation?
Xbox.
It is not in that console generation.
I knew it was gonna be. Okay, is it? Do you want to do PS1?
Go for it.
Is it on the PS1, N64, or whatever else was out at the time generation?
It is not in that console generation.
So it's probably it's either a PC game or
he's focusing console, so it's probably a handheld game.
Is this a handheld game?
Yes.
There you go.
Fucking hell.
I was being.
Was
clear,
it on a Sony handheld?
Yes.
Okay, so that eliminates Game Boy, fucking all that shit. All right. How many questions?
It doesn't eliminate it, but it helps.
6 questions asked.
Well, it eliminates all the Game Boy shit because it's a Sony handheld.
You said if it's on, but it could be on the fucking 360, on the 3DS. And I'm sure it's not many, but
I mean, I was implying exclusive.
you said it. You said it's.
No, you're right. You're right. I was
so
implying exclusive. I didn't
like,
specify exclusive.
Because then you're gonna go on that.
Do we
want to
get PSP or Vita?
I mean, it's either or. So.
Is this on the
Vita?
The PS Vita.
It is not on the Vita.
So it's
on the PSP. Okay. You're more with those games, dude. So I mean, it's.
PSP. Okay.
I'm
how
gonna
many
write
questions is
you.
that?
7 questions asked.
Okay. So I'm not gonna.
Should we ask if it's exclusive? I think that will help.
I feel like.
Because it could be like.
Hold on? Was this game? How do I want to word this? Because there's a lot of games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or Tony Hawk's Underground 2 was on it, and like games that were on other consoles, but there could be a specific version for the PSP.
Okay.
Did this game, not including being
Part of
able
a
to
franchise?
download a PSP game on Vita, so not including that, did this game only appear on the PSP?
Yes.
Okay.
Should we ask if it's part of a franchise? Because it could be like one of the
Is that 10?
God of War's, Medal of
8
Honor,
questions asked.
Kingdom Hearts. I think came into it.
There was Birth by Sleep on PSP.
Is this part of a franchise?
Yes.
Okay.
Great, awesome.
Is this an RPG?
Oh, he doesn't know.
No.
Okay. Should I eliminate the SOCOM games?
How are you gonna do that?
Stays as a shooter.
Okay, is this a shooter?
Yeah, you want to specify what type or? It's yes. Yeah. I'm not gonna answer. Yeah. Yeah. Generally, it is a shooter.
It could be Resistance Retribution.
I love how you fucking. Okay. So you shoot things, okay, which is good.
11 questions asked.
How about like Medal of Honor? Not Medal of Honor.
I feel like he picked Resistance Retribution.
Is this part of our resistance?
Do you shoot alien-ish enemies? If you would consider Chimera.
Just it's a yes or no.
No, it's a no. It's a no. 12 questions asked.
You would not fuck with us with Chimera being...
No.
So it's not Resistance Retribution. It could still be SOCOM, but there's 3 of those.
The Medal of Honor?
And I could have.
Oh, not Medal of Honor. Metal Gear.
It could be Peace Walker. And I can't say is it a stealth game because fucking SOCOM and Metal Gear are stealth games. Were you able to aim using the sacred symbols buttons? So basically, like circle was aim left, square was aim, or circle was aim right, square was aim left. Like it would move around as if it was a D-pad.
It definitely didn't have that, right?
Because Peace Walker, you were able to do that, but SOCOM you couldn't. It was you only move with the right stick, and then you had to hold a button to free look.
Well, let's hold while I look that up. Talk about which one do you like better.
I mean, they're different. Like, a lot different. Like, Peace Walker is one of my favorite games of all time, but I put a real lot of hours into SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 1 and 2.
I'm so lost right now. I have no clue what's going on. It's on you, Anthony. When?
I forgot how to play this game. Okay, no, the answer is no.
So it's not Peace Walker, because I don't think he's ever played Peace Walker.
13 questions asked.
Alright, now I don't want to box myself into a corner, though, but I do think it's a SOCOM game. But were there any, like, Splinter Cell games? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
There were, like, Medal of Honor games, but those are... Do you want to do...
What's the perspective on...
It's for third person for SOCOM.
Should we ask?
Was it a primarily third person perspective?
Yeah.
Okay. That helps.
Oh, there were Siphon Filter games. Fuck. But Siphon Filter did use the sacred symbols, though, I
Should
think.
we ask if it's like a realistic shooter?
No, because I think that's all there was.
Okay.
Was this
I
game
mean, that
made
will
by...
eliminate,
Hold on.
like-
Was this game made by Zipper Interactive?
Nope.
So no SOCOM.
That's
15 questions asked.
Fuck.
Could be a Star Wars game, maybe.
Ooh. No, because I asked aliens. And I mean, do you shoot aliens? I guess it's just robots and stormtroopers.
I mean, I don't think they're aliens.
Fuck. But there's 3 of those too. Fucking A. And that you could aim with the sacred symbols.
Yeah, it's definitely a question. You guys got anything?
I'm thinking. I'm the only one here. Miguel doesn't know anything about the PSP.
I tapped out about it. I'm just like trying to like think about franchises.
So Siphon Filter used...
Miguel, I'll help you guys out. Miguel can help very much on this.
There wasn't a Call of Duty game on that generation.
No.
It wasn't a Battlefield game. Let's focus on the way he said shooter. What games do you like? What games do you like? What games do you like, Miguel?
Shooters?
Was it like Daxter? Like Daxter was on. I don't remember if you shoot things though. I mean, you punched stuff.
I mean, you got the what's call it?
Oh, is he
the Mega Slut or like those
the what?
What the fuck was it called?
There was Ape Escape.
I heard something beeping.
Don't worry, I was just sent something into Discord. Yeah, need a question. We got 50 questions to ask. What do you guys think?
Any of the GTA games?
So looking at a PSP game. Shooter.
I know there was.
It's part of a franchise.
Which ones were they?
Oh, there's Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories. Good call.
So it could be one of those.
Good call. Good call.
What else?
How do we word this? I don't remember. I don't remember if Rockstar actually made those or if it was a spin-off studio.
I don't remember because I didn't play them.
Does this okay? Does this game setting appear in a PS2 game as well?
You dug yourself in a hole in that one, but yeah.
What do you mean dug yourself in a hole?
Yeah. So it's a PSP game.
Is this
general shooter related? Relation to a PS2 game. It's part of a franchise. You don't aim with the... Yeah, go.
Okay, hold on. How many questions do we have left?
16 questions asked.
So we have 3 more, and then we can ask the game. Do you want to narrow this down to a GTA Stories game?
How, though? We need to figure out with the next question, because if we don't, we're fucked.
Is this franchise known for being ultra-violent?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, definitely. The franchise definitely is known for it.
It's got to be a GTA game. I just don't know which one.
It's part of a franchise. It's of a third-person perspective.
Dude, okay, here. The China one. Do you play as an action Asian?
Chinatown Wars is like top-down, kind of like GTA 1
I would
and
consider
2.
that a third-person camera perspective.
Chinatown Wars?
I mean,
it was like top-down, like GTA 2.
I know, yeah, but you guys didn't really ask top-down. So
top-down is different from third-person. Did you fuck us on this? Third-person is like behind the character, like top-down is top-down. Come on.
I think I worded it in a way, but it's because it's not directly top-down. The game, so that's why it's a little. You're looking at the character. I didn't fuck you. You're looking at the character.
Is he telling us it's Chinatown Wars?
I'll tell you now.
I don't think it's.
How many questions do we have left?
I don't think it's gonna be a
questions
GTA game. I think
What the fuck could it be?
Is it a franchise?
He said it's known for being ultra-violent. What other ultra-violent franchises were there that were on PSP?
Well, I mean, ultra. It's known for being violent. I guess excessive, I'd say, but not necessarily.
Okay, the question I should have asked was this game in the news for as being as violent as it was? Did this game almost cause video game like upheaval?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say in that scale, but I'd say in the general game community, though. And
I don't know what fucking game this is. I don't know what game this is.
You do. Both of you know. Both of you guys know. Just shoot out some questions. They're so good. I can tell you.
Oh, PSP. If this is a GTA game and you lured us off, I'm gonna be very pissed at you.
I'm just trying to help my best friends out. That's all I'm trying to do. Just general questions. You know,
So
it
it
relates
did
to a
have
PS2 game.
There was a game similar to it on PS2.
Also could have been elsewhere.
Is this a
I said PS2.
racing game?
It is not a racing game.
Why would you burn a question on that? It's clearly not a
I
racing
mean, we
game.
already laughed, so I
Yeah,
thought that.
Why would you burn
need
that question, though?
Two more questions. One
I
more question.
specifically
like
said,
two
was
of
this set in the same setting as a PS2 game? So if it's not a PS2 game, you need to clarify that right now.
Nope, it's definitely in the same setting, same world, same
As a
same,
PS2 game.
same universe. Yeah, I guess. I don't know the exact map location, but
Oh,
That's what I was asking, is the
I'm pretty sure it's the same exact map. Yeah, because it goes into another game. I'm trying to help you guys out.
You're a motherfucker, you know that?
You guys know the game.
I don't know. If it's not a GTA game, I don't know what it is.
Which one were we going?
How many do we have 2 questions left, or is it one and then after
18
the game?
questions asked, so I guess it's one in the game.
Okay, so
That's
is this
China
game?
in the title.
No, stop it! It's not fucking Chinatown Wars.
So it's the other one. Then I just asked for it.
Give me a
Does
question.
this game take place in a setting based off of Miami?
No. And then before you get the last question, I'll give you another hint. Just being nice. The genre on Wikipedia is shoot 'em up.
Oh, that is what I was thinking. The Metal Slug games. Is that those are shoot 'em up? I think, isn't it?
That's clearly 2D though. That's like blatant. He wouldn't say that's a third
True,
person.
true, and it was third person. Yeah.
So it could be Chinatown
What?
Wars, I guess.
I'll you guys have the guess the game, and it is. I'll help you out. It's not Grand Theft Auto at all.
Yeah, I knew
I
it
don't know what it
wasn't
is.
after.
Because
like,
I'm thinking
when you said
like
it.
Hot Molly Miami, but that was not on PSP.
Alright, shoot out a game.
It's a shoot 'em up.
I'll give you. All right, now kind of you guys get this. It's not really that much of a win, but it was given free after the great PSN outage. of
Oh, you
April
motherfucker! It's
2011.
Killzone Liberation.
Ding 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 ding.
Fucking A. I almost I said Retribution, not Liberation.
Oh,
Fuck.
Killzone Liberation, developed by Guerrilla Games, published by Sony Computer Entertainment,
Goddamn.
released
I
on
had the wrong
October
Killzone
31st,
game.
2006. Part of the Killzone series. The end of the game continues.
You said that I
directly-
knew
You
this.
fucked us up. That's not a third-person game. You
I didn't
fucked
knew
us. That is not a third-person game.
I was hesitant
What
on
is
the
it, a
answer.
first person?
You should
No,
have taken
that's a
It's definitely
top-down
not. It's definitely not first person. So which I have answered that.
It's a top-down game. You should have said no. It's not a third-person game.
Yeah. Still, though, I even reconsidered the question towards the
Yeah,
end. and you
after we
didn't get
already
those.
burned a bunch of questions going down the third-person mentality.
But
He fucked
yeah,
us.
no.
Jeff
so,
fucked us. I hate when Jeff does
Oh
questions.
my god. Every
and
time
it's
I do this.
often.
I'll give you a softball next time.
It's a yes or no question, dude. It's like I don't know why you think about it so much.
Yeah, like it's
It's,
not a third-person game. Whatever. This has been PS Best
I
Friends
bet
episode
if I said
54.
it's not third person, you guys would kill me on that one.
I mean, I wouldn't because I have no clue about the game. So
I mean, all you have to say, you knew there was a Killzone game on the PSP?
who me?
Yeah.
Retribution was the one that everyone loved.
Retribution's Resistance.
Oh, Resistance, Retribution.
Yeah, there's only one
Fuck, I
PSP.
said
for each.
Resistance.
I had no clue there was one.
Killzone
so
Liberation.
There you go.
Yeah, Killzone and Resistance are different franchises. So, this has been PS Best Friends
No,
Podcast,
they're
episode
not.
54. For any questions, comments, and concerns, email us at psbestfriendspod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at PSBF Podcast. Now is the time where Jeffrey gives our Patreon shout-outs to anyone that backs us for $2 or more on patreon.com/psbestfriends.
Shouts out to Jake Malore, Nathaniel Hicks, and Jack Terzi. Woo woo.
Thank you guys for being faithful supporters of us. Also, please don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star rating on your podcast app of choice. But if you could also do iTunes, if it is not iTunes as your app of choice, that 5-star rating will give us a huge boost in the chart ratings, which will get more people listening, which will get more people into our Facebook group, which again is facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends, where you can ask us any question you want for the podcast or for Cocktail Hour as well. And then also, Go check us out on YouTube. We're trying to do some more stuff on YouTube. We don't have a custom URL, but you can find us just in the search bar. Type in PS Best Friends. And also, lately, we've been trying to stream more to Facebook. So we're going to be doing that a bit more. Tell us what you want to watch us play. Miguel and I are probably going to be doing some more H1Z1 on Facebook. He streamed a little bit the other day. I'm probably going to stream a little later today as well. And Miguel...
Fortnite.
Yeah, everyone's going to say Fortnite.
Because everyone tells you Fortnite.
Oh, fucking hell. Can't you just ask us to play H1Z1? It's a better game. Miguel, where can people find you?
People can find me at PSN at Dark Angel Tanzan.
And Jeff?
You can find me on PSN at Brawl96 and then Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Mr. Brawl96. And don't forget also to drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. That definitely gets us up in the charts, and iTunes is a major podcast platform.
Am I having a stroke? Did I not say that?
I don't know.
I literally just said that.
Did you?
What is happening right now? You can find me on PSN, the only X188, on Twitter, Anthony Palm, at Anthony Palm. Thanks again for listening. This has been PS Best Friends episode 54, where Anthony and Miguel got fucked in game time. We'll catch you all next week.
I swear. Peace.